You're watching Cheery TV.
That's the wrong one again. I'm not good at this. I'm not. You'd really think I'd be better, right? By now. I mean, it would make sense to be better. But either way, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the Tate Night Talk Show, where we still have no music. It's a shame. It really is. It's a shame in this world. There's so many things that could be less bad, and this would be one of them if there was, an audience, intro stuff. Um, I think at this point there have been more episodes without music than there have been with, which is pretty funny to me. So maybe we'll fix that up, but maybe we won't. Tough to say. I thought I would do that over the week where I took off, just chill and still do a bunch of other shit anyway. Because for those of you who aren't aware, I take the last week of the month off of YouTube stuff just so I can work on some other things. But I still work. I still do other hobbies, as you can see behind me. Whoa, cool stuff there. Lots of stuff. I got this. I went out with my sisters. Went to the mall. Got a cool boo lamp. Yeah, you can't see it. It's King Boo. Whoa, crazy. And also got that. Lots of Mario themes. I have a lot of Nintendo shit. I have a lot of just cartoony shit in this room, which I like. I'm a big fan of. Whoa. I'm gonna be playing with this for the talk. So I hope everything's well with you. This is the first day in a while where I have been up past like 11 o'clock. It's like 2 in the morning now, so obviously I'm killing it. But I had good reason. I had to shower, as you can see by the down hair. It's down because it was just wettened. It's mostly dry now. My hair dries out very fast, which I consider a great thing, but apparently in the world of salon people, not a great thing. So but I like it. It means I can shower and then I'm clean and then I'm dry and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Love that. It's not like weirdly dry. Oh, hello. Okay, we'll talk like this for now. I got one of those bubbles in my mouth. So, sorry, I couldn't. I had to swallow it. But yeah, so I like it, and I'm renewing my ID as if I'm gonna show you it. I almost showed you. Well, if I have my wallet in front of me, actually, I technically do. It's in my pants. Which not like these pants. These are red pants. Yeah, I don't have it on me, but yeah, it's been out of date since like end of January, I think, or end of March, one of the two. Either way, it's been a long time, so it's a long time coming. I'm gonna put this up here, so that way, if I can at least look as if I'm at least somewhat talking to you, and it's a lot easier to just look over there and make minor glances, and everything works out. Perfect. So, yeah, looking forward to doing that. I was gonna do it on Monday, but as it turns out, they weren't open Monday, which is why. Monday to Friday, isn't that like? And then they get the weekends off. Isn't that how it works in like a government building? Apparently not. Apparently it's freaking Tuesday to Friday and maybe Saturday too. I don't think so. So I don't know. It's tough to say. It's very weird. It's very, very strange. I don't get it. Like my bottle? It's got like a little silicone thing. I don't know. I know what we're here to talk about. It's just my trip to the dentist recently. But that's it. So I'm just having fun. It's been a minute since I've just been on here to talk. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow because I want to stream. I want to stream real bad. I was literally just looking at my channel and I have not streamed. I've streamed 7 times in like 3 months, like 2 months, probably closer. That's not good. That's not very good. Like if I look over here real quick, let's see, live. After Stardew, which was March 18th, it took me a whole month to get back to stream, which I did Enter the Gungeon. And then 2 weeks later, I did it again. And then I did 3 days. I did 1 week of 3 streams. And then I tried doing Masters of Crime a week after that, which ultimately failed. And then like 2 weeks later, I streamed again. So I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with that now. So it's 2 streams a week. So it'll be 8 ish a month, 8 to 10 if we're lucky, if we're in a blue moon. 8 to 10 streams a month, which will be nice. I love streaming. Um, and I feel like condensing the amount, but still making it consistent, will at least let me think about the other ideas. And obviously, if I want to do more, I'm going to do more. If I have more videos, I'm going to do more videos. I'm not just limiting myself to the 3 a week. That's kind of just like the baseline, and then we're going to go from there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So hope you're looking forward to the new changes, everybody. But yeah, so that's most of the news, I guess, for you guys here. Not too much has been happening over here. Well, I mean, a lot's been happening, to be completely honest. It's been a very, very tiring month. But it's work. Work is work. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, you just kind of gotta work through it, and then eventually, as long as you're lucky like myself, it'll go away. And in like a month or so, it'll go away, and I'll have my freedom, which freedom is basically the same thing as not freedom, but I like it more, so it all works out. Yeah. So, the dentist. I guess we can just get into it today. Hope you're all doing well. We're not gonna get right into it. I like to stall because I just like talking. I just love talking, even though sometimes I kind of stumble over my words and I forget what I was gonna say. Does not mean I don't enjoy talking. Believe me, I enjoy talking. That's my favorite type of talking, where no one understands what I'm trying to do. It's the best. Ooh, it's the best. It's awesome. What's wrong with me? I don't know. For those of you curious, by the way, and I was gonna make like a whole little small video about this, and I still might. I might just use this stuff here. Oh, I thought I was streaming, and then I saw stop recording and streaming wasn't flashing, so I thought I screwed up. But we're good. This is what I meant to be doing. I'm recording. So I'll use this, maybe. Maybe, but then I won't, because this is already a video. But I'll just make a separate video on top of it. Maybe talking about these little collector's boxes. If you can see it under my table. I guess I can go get it. Give me a second to grab it. I'm not gonna cut anything. I'm kind of lazy today. You know, I just showered. I guess did a bunch of stuff, so kind of not here for that. Kind of not here for the pausing either. Hair. Which way do I want you to go? This way, I guess. I don't know. I got this at Target for like $30, and I thought it would be cool because first of all, I love Mario villains more than I like most. I kind of said I like villains of if a series has good villains and like good enemies, I like the series a lot. Like whatever you want to pretend that was, I'm not gonna continue. I will. Batman. I love Batman villains more than I loved like any other types of villains. So that's the stuff I was into. The only superhero I've ever really been into is Batman, because I guess I love Batman and I love Batman villains. They're very just fun and silly, and I like it. Same thing with Mario villains. I love the Mario villains. They're very, very cool. Most Nintendo games have pretty good characters. I always like pretty gimmicky, easy to sell merchandise designs of characters. And you know, they get a little box. I was like, hey, fuck it, why not? Because look at the box. Look at what it offers. It offers a little Boo paperweight thing, which looks really cool. The throw blanket, which you see on the ground right there. It's not the best quality blanket, so I made it a rug. I velcroed it to the floor, so now it's just one with my floor, and I like it. And so does Soup. Soup adores that thing. He'll flop on that thing for like hours. Piranha Plant water bottle, which you've seen here. But I've also, I don't know how obvious it is in the camera, but I've cracked it. I dropped it on a Dance Dance Revolution board at the arcade. So that was pretty cool. I went to the arcade again, by the way. We did bowling. We did bowling. We played some crane games where I won. Hold it. Hold it. We're gonna keep this train moving. We ain't gonna fucking talk about anything productive today. I got this little guy first try, and then blew like most of the rest of the credits on fucking nothing. I hate crane games. There's a reason why I don't play them. But it was fun, and I had a good time, and it was fine. It's whatever. And then we played Dance Dance Revolution, which I'm not the best at, but it's fun. And in my heaving, trying to grab all my bags when we were done, I dropped the bag, and luckily it didn't crack the bottle. It only cracked the lid, and like the lid is like plastic inside anyway, so it's not like it's a non-usable lid. Everything's fine about it. It just has character now, which is cool. But other than that, it has a Goomba notebook, which I guess I can get out for you in a second. Little sticky pads, which are probably the thing I'm not gonna use in the set of stuff here. But like, they're cool. I mean, they're just little guys. You know, you can't really hate them. You can't really hate them. They're very cute. I don't use sticky notes like a consistent thing in my regular life. I brought them to work. I'd use them, but then other people would use them. And I don't want other people to use them. Maybe I'll just keep all myself, and then they'll know it's my message. And then Chain Chomp Keychain, which I also have on with Waddle Dee over here. Here he is. He's actually a really nice keychain. It's pretty solid. That and Nosebleed Dog. I don't know. I've never had a dog like this. I don't know what breed of dog this is. It just has a nosebleed, and it comes like that. All of them are like that. So that was cool. Saw it like a store, and there were like 12 of them, and they were all nosebleed dog. So I thought that was great. Here is a Goomba notebook. Very, very nice Goomba notebook. It's got a little thing. It's got wide ruled pages, which is a bummer, but like it's a nice notebook. It's actually really, really cute, and I really like it. So ultimately, oh, and for those of you interested in the paperweight, I thought it was really gonna be like that. I want to present to you guys my new least favorite, but still I bought it, so I do kind of like it, thing I own. Look at this goofy motherfucker. It may look fine there. It actually looks pretty good. In person, it's just like a wooden painted boo. And then you can see it's a very, very long. It's like it's slime on the ground. And then the worst thing, hopefully it'll pick up if I put it in the right angle. Or maybe the right lighting? I don't know. There's a big line of where they added another layer of paint. I guess they didn't paint it all the way very well. So all along this side is just an extra line where they painted it again. So you can't see it. So it actually looks pretty good there. Also, just the paint job isn't like the best, but it's cute, and I think it's fine. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that because I bought it. And I bought it after my dentist appointment because I gave them my new insurance information, and I saved money, and I was like, yes, time to spend it. We all know what time it is after that. Time to spend money. The only thing that sucks now is because now I have that, I don't need this notebook, which I've not even used yet. I just bought it because I was at a bookstore, and I don't really read books. So, bought a notebook because I like writing in notebooks, but I haven't used this yet. And it's a perfectly good notebook. It's really nice, but it's like the same size as the Goomba one, and I don't know what to do with it now. And I already have like a dozen other notebooks, but this one's cool. I'm gonna keep it, but it's been sitting on my desk ever since I took it out of the bag. So maybe I should just put it away. Do that. I'm gonna put it away. It's gone now. Never to be seen again. That's what I love. But yeah, I got that after the dentist. And the dentist, you know, I'm not gonna go over every excruciating detail. I'm not gonna give you the payment information, how much it was. All I'm gonna tell you was that I have been bad this year. Not necessarily, actually, the complete opposite. I've been very, very good about my teeth this year. It's probably been over a year now. April of last year was when I really started to give a shit about my teeth. And somehow they're actually kind of okay, you know? Like, it's not like the worst. You know, for years I haven't brushed. For those of you who don't know, for a good while, for many a year, I barely, if any at all, time brushed my teeth. I was very bad with it. I was very bad at doing it. I didn't like doing it. I thought it was a waste of time, and I just didn't do it for a long part of my life. And so years go by, and you start noticing the downsides of not brushing your teeth very frequently, if at all, for many a while. uh, you start noticing just like really thick lines around the tops of your teeth because there's just tartar building up because it's that thick. It's no longer plaque, it's tartar. And then you see, like, just a really confusing and like terrifying black like thing. Like it looks like your tooth is rotting from the back. I guess on the back of one of your fucked up teeth. Because for those of you who don't know either, look at my teeth. These ain't very good. These ain't very good teeth. In terms of like positioning wise, anyway. I had the opportunity to get braces as a kid, and I turned it down because one of my friends swears up and down it was the worst decision of his life to get braces. Even though now his teeth are probably fine. But I'm sure he had his reasons, and they were good enough for me to where I didn't want to do it. So I didn't do it. And maybe I'll do it. I probably won't. I don't really care. But they mentioned it might help with breathing, even though I breathe just fine. I don't know. Because at the end they were like, hey, you should go to an orthodontist and fix those fucked up teeth. I don't know if you noticed. They're fucking terrifying. But also I did the most minor of research, and it said that you can get like receding gums because it's gonna be like morphing the teeth so much, and I don't like the idea of that. That's a scary thing. Like that's one of the main things that really got me thinking about caring about my dental health is when I was like, oh shoot, my canines, because our canines but they're a little bit higher, at least mine are. I'm assuming that's most people, but like I thought they were receding, so I fucking terrified. I was like, oh god, I'm losing my teeth. I gotta care. I had to care suddenly, super fast, right now. So I started doing that, and because of that, I've a lot of issues have been going away. For those of you who don't know, which should be most of you, but I think I have mentioned this at least a couple times. When I first went to the dentist, I had periodontitis, something like that. It's basically gingivitis, but deluxe. I got the deluxe version. I paid for this. And, I really wanted a refund because holy shit, what a nightmare. It wasn't like bad. Oh, it was bad. It was very, very bad. They were like alarmed. Like, you really should act on this now because if you wait any longer, you might start losing some teeth. And I'm like, oh. I'm sure you could tell that to everybody. I mean, you're a dentist, this is this is how your business is, I'm a whatever. But I knew, hey, let's not be stupid. I like my teeth. Let's just, even though they look a little silly, let's keep them going. So I was like, oh yeah, yeah. You do some, like it was like a deep like scaling and root planning or whatever, and I did that. And they put some funky shit in like my gums which healed it right up. Healed it right up. It was great. They weren't great at first, but as I brushed them more and flossed, I've been on a constant floss and brush regimen. By the way, if you don't floss based stuff. We love flossing. I only bleed still on one section of my teeth right here because they're so fucking crowded. It just kind of I can't really do much over there. It doesn't hurt. It just kind of bleeds, and what are you gonna do about it? I lost the ball. Found it. But yeah. So flossing's cool. And because of my consistent regimen, I've been, told, hey, gums are pretty good. Everything's pretty good now. Everything's honestly kind of back to how they should be. They're pretty dang solid, nice looking, sexy ass gums. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. So now my teeth are fine. Well, my teeth are, they're whatever. My gums are fine. My teeth, however, because of this disease eating away at my face, as the gums started to like deswell, because they were swollen from the disease, when they deswelled, they kind of showed some holes in the teeth that weren't supposed to be there. Some people's cavities. And I held my hand up high and I said, there's no fucking way. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, really? There's cavities in there? Because for the longest time, even when I was a kid, And I'd get like dentist appointments like every 6 months or whatever because my mom worked with as a dentist like assistant for a long time, for a really long time, and they knew it was important to do that sort of stuff, keep the regimen going. So we went pretty often, especially in our childhood. And until I like stopped going to the dentist, I'd go in there and be like, yeah, no cavities. You're good. No cavity. No cavities. No, 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 fine. I barely brushed my teeth. I barely did much else to save them. No cavities. It was great. It was a great life to live. I don't know what changed. I think disease that kicked in probably changed. um, but yeah, I didn't really get cavities that much as a kid at all. I didn't get a single one until 20 freaking 2, which I think is pretty good. I think that's pretty solid in terms of just, if you're gonna get one, you got one. You get one now is like, wow, that's good shit. I think, like my sisters, no shame to them, they got cavities out their ass, which is like, hey, fair enough. What are you gonna do? People's teeth do different things. I'm lucky I got the good teeth genes. My mom has very good teeth genes. The other side of my family, not the best teeth genes. I got the good teeth genes. So they said they like because I told them honestly, I was like, I haven't really been on a constant like brushing teeth thing in like at least a couple years. Like it's probably been like as of last year, it'd probably have been like 2 years. Not since I brushed my teeth, but since I had like a consistent like thing. But it's been a while since it was a while since then. And they're like surprised that it wasn't as fucked up as it should have been. I should have been like screwed, but they were like, yeah, if we don't like we've seen worse, and we can definitely fix it, and they fixed it, and I'm fucking grateful. I'm eternally grateful. Well, I love doctors. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend toothpaste. They didn't recommend me shit. They just said, hey, we're gonna fix you, and they fixed me, and I'm always good. And yippee! Ow, fuck. But yeah, so I had to get some fillings, and a couple months ago, I had gotten one done up here, or maybe it was a few months. It might have been like December of last year, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it well enough. So I really let these guys simmer because they were literally in every corner of my mouth because as the swelling went down, like they were basically in the exact same spots on all parts of my mouth, just like mirrored because that's just disease, it attacks apparently symmetrically, which I wouldn't have guessed, but that's why I'm not the doctor. And they said, yeah, we're gonna do one side, and then we're gonna do the other side another time. And for whatever reason, they opted the one time I went to just not only do one side, but only do a quarter of the job. They only did like the top or the bottom. They did the bottom, top, they did the top, here, and I was like, oh God, please no, because I have someone in my life who has has had to get a cavity filled, and they went to a different dentist entirely, but they had a really fucking nightmare horror story where they went to go put like the shit that makes you numb, the anesthetic, and they hit a nerve and they just juiced it into the nerve. It really fucked up their jaw, and it's still kind of fucked up to this day. Like they're lucky that they're able to close it, but sometimes it gets kind of just like slammed itself shut and kind of gets like seizes almost, but not really. They should have sued the dentist. They even told him like while it was happening, like, it's perfectly normal, it's fine. It wasn't. They hit a nerve with the anesthetic. Big no no. You gotta be careful when that happen when you do the anesthetic because you gotta get around that shit. It's pretty easy to get around it, but apparently not for that guy. So yeah, that sucked for them, and it still sucks for them, and I feel really bad for them. So when I was first told I was getting fillings, I'm like, okay, listen, do it in the two sections. So we only have to do this twice. All is good. Everything's grand. Because they're also like, we don't typically do one side. We don't typically do both sides at the same time. So one day this day, one day that. I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck it. Yeah, ding, 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 whatever works for me. Um, and then so I'm praying while they put this shit in everything's fine when they tell me, hey, yeah, we're only gonna do like the one top one, um, which is like okay, rude, but whatever, I get it. So they do the one, and luckily they hit everything correctly. Anesthetic was good. They put the gunk in my mouth, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. This is grand. This is whatever. And I move on with my life. And come like a couple weeks ago now, whenever I got this stuff, so it was like a week, no more than 2 weeks ago. I got the rest of them filled in. You think it's been like 5 months since then. And I mean, again, luckily somehow, again, good teeth genes. No development had happened at all between all the other cavities. Like they didn't like expand at all during the time where I just kind of was like, I'll put it off, and I'll put it off, and I'll put it off. It kept they stayed as bad as they were, and it didn't get worse, which is very very good. So I'm pretty happy about that, and so you know it wasn't super extreme. None of them were bad enough to be like a root canal or whatever. That's a terrifying thing to even think about. I don't want to think about that. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's where they literally just drill the nerve out of your tooth or something. I don't really remember what it is. I did a brief Google search and I forgot about it. So I don't remember exactly, but it sounds terrifying. So I was like, yeah, just do the cavities, please. Thank you. Bye. Do the fillings. Don't do the cavities. That's bad. But one thing that always confuses me is that if it's small enough of a cavity, they can't fill it. So they have to like that happened with one of them. I don't know if it was the first one or it was like one of these over here. But they had to like they drilled a bit more out of my tooth so that way they could fill it. And it might have been most of them, if not all of them. But I'm just here like, why the fuck is that a thing you have to do? Why would you get rid of more tooth, just to fill more of the space? I don't. I'm sure there's a reason. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm sure there is a reason. But yeah, so I went in there. I got 4 cavities done, all on the same day. By the way, I thought I had to do it in 3 trips. No, because the first person who said, yeah, we only do one half and the other half, they fucking lied. They did the one, and then the next person came around. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna do all of them. And I'm like, oh, okay. They did their injections and shit, and this is where I feel really stupid because the dentist who was administering the anesthetic stuff into my mouth, he had been telling me like during the start, this is like the start of the procedure. He would like lay me back and he would like move your head a little up so you can like kind of see inside, see where the cavities were. He's like, give me directions, which is what they should be doing. If you need they help you, you help them. You help them help you. And I was like, oh yeah, you just turn this way, turn. All right, everything's good. And then they brought out the anesthetic. So it's like, we're gonna start doing the anesthetic. If you can just turn towards me. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll turn my chin towards you. This is all good. And they stick the thing in my mouth, and then they tell me, as they're inserting it, you're gonna feel a pinch, which I thought I thought he just said, now give me a little pinch or something like that. So I thought he wanted me to bite down for some reason as he sticks this fucking thing in my mouth that I'm terrified of screwing up. The first thing I do is mishear what he says, and I don't think, I'm just like, yeah, I'm in do mode. So I hear just do a pinch. He's got his finger in my mouth, look at his thing, and I just go, and I bite down a little on his finger and on the thing that's supposed to be going into my mouth and like into my cheek. And at that point, I instantly realize, I fucked up, and I like really open my mouth back up. And I pray because I'm laughing about it now. I was terrified the entire rest of the time, waiting for that to kick in, that I fucked it up and I ruined my mouth forever because of uh, experience with other people. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. And luckily everything was fine. I don't know how I got away with it. Just biting into the fucking anesthetic needle thing in his finger. I don't know how I managed to sneak out of that unscathed, but I'm glad I did. Because again, he said little pinch. So I just went, And it's like, oh shit, fuck, that was bad and dumb and wrong. Uh-oh. But it was fine, and it's really weird getting the anesthetic stuff, because I just hate needles. And thinking about them like sticking them in my mouth, and then the thing is, they'd have to like administer like a couple sometimes. Like they'll keep the needle in there, and they'll move the things around and do whatever. Having technical equipment in your mouth, uh, it really feels like someone's fingers in your mouth constantly. I don't know if that's a thing that anyone's noticed or mentioned before, but it really does just feel like that, because like at one point they had something like holding my some they put like a thing in my mouth. I don't know if it's like hold the lip up or hold the tooth in place or something. They had something in my mouth that was like pulling back my like mouth so they can like get like the good angle for the filling. And I could have sworn that that was their finger in my mouth the entire time. I thought they were working, because for some parts I had my eyes closed or they were like down there and I was looking up and like, oh god, I don't want to see this. So they're like, I could have sworn they had like their finger in my mouth pulling me down here while they were also like just doing shit in the corner of my mouth. I'm like, what the hell? This dude's like how's he doing all this stuff? Like, this is magical. It's insanity. The dude was cruising in my mouth, and then I realized after once he's done, I like open my mouth and I look down, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is that? There's like a giant nozzle sticking in my mouth. They got like they're basically using my mouth as like a tray to put all their shit into. They had like the suction thing like sticking into my mouth right here. They had like a grip thing holding my cheek down, my lips down. I felt like I was the game of operation and I should have been buzzing like crazy, but somehow I was fine. It was weird. It was very weird. And I also felt bad for the assistant, especially because there was an assistant too. Every time they were asked to like hold something in place or like do something, like I'd hold something in my mouth, their finger was like making direct contact with my lip, my freshly numbed lip. And for those of you who don't know, I have like probably the most salivated mouth known to the west, east, north, and south of the United States of America. So every time they'd pull back their hand, there'd just be a string of saliva just coming in with them, which I'm sure is a normal thing for them, but for me is like, oh god, what am I doing? I'm sorry. Like fucking John Mulaney. And it was fun too, because I mean you had like the shades on to like prevent you from being blinded by the light, which didn't work, by the way. Those don't work. I got blinded the moment I turned it on, but then I stopped looking at it and it was fine. Um, but luckily I had those on, because at one point it like stringed, and then they moved their hand up and it dropped on my head, and I just saw a line of my spit on the glasses. It's just there. And I had that there for like the last third of the thing. So that was just fun to have like just a little reminder of what I've been doing, because they've also been like moving their hand this way, it would like strip onto my face or like down here or whatever. It went in all different directions. It was crazy. My spit was like a freaking one of those little twist ribbons, a ribbon, like a ribbon you can twirl, but everywhere. It's like it's like that one toy, that like one thing you do in kindergarten and only in kindergarten, where everyone grabs a tassel and spins in a circle. Like that. But my mouth and saliva. It was very gross. It was very, very gross. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about today in relation to these fillings was the feeling of the drilling. I didn't care much for the feeling of the drill. I didn't like feel much of it. It was fine. I was numbed up. What was really interesting to me and kind of cool, and this is gonna be a hot take, but I like the sounds and the noises and the actions that these things are making. Like, I don't like looking at it. If I could see a reflection in my thing, I could see like them doing shit in my teeth. I don't really like looking at it. But I like the idea of them doing shit in my mouth. And I like the sounds of it, because that just means, hey, shit's happening. Shit's getting done in there. I like that. Keep up the good work, guys. I'm all on board with it. I could go to bed with like 6 hours of dentist noises, ambience music, as like an April Fool's joke on an ASMR channel, and I'd probably listen to that and sleep just fine. I love that shit. Like I don't love it, but I don't hate it as much as other people do seem to. And one of the coolest things I've ever seen come out of my mouth was smoke and a burning smell because I guess they were either drilling or like polishing or like fine sanding the filling. And it was the filling because they put the filling in and they were trying to like level it out in my mouth because I like bit down and like they were very off and they were not good at all, so they had to like sand it down basically like with like a power grinder. And as they did that, I first of all I felt like the heat on my cheek because it was so fast, so rapid, and I really felt it in my cheek. I was like, oh my god, my mouth is gonna like set on fire. But then I can kind of get like a little taste of like the weird, like whatever the hell they used to do the fillings. I kind of got a little bit of a taste in my mouth, and I started smelling like a smoky. And then I look like down, and you can just see like the smoke protruding out of my mouth from like the fine sanding, grinding that they're doing to this filling thing. You could see that shit leaving my mouth. It's like I was like a smokestack in a factory. And it was cool. I thought it was really cool. I don't like. I thought it was concerning, but I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know what do you want me to say. I thought it was really cool. It was an interesting thing because I never had a filling before. Oh, I've had the one, but like it was like 2 minutes, and it was like the smallest thing known to man, so it didn't last very long. And they didn't do like half the shit that this person did, so I don't know what. I mean, hopefully it's fine. It seems fine. But this experience, getting all those other ones done at the same time, first of all, it hurt like a bitch. Not like the teeth bit, but like my jaw. Cause my jaw is not great at staying open, especially this side. Lots of like weird locking. Like it's gone away a lot since I've got my wisdom teeth taken out, but it does still kick in every now and again. Like it will just kind of get stuck if I like open my mouth too much or if I laugh too hard. As long as my mouth's open a certain degree, it hurts a little to close it or like. But that's why I was like afraid to get all these freaking fillings done at once because like, oh shoot, I don't know if my jaw's gonna survive, and somehow it did, but it did hurt a lot going out of the out of the dentist there. But it was fine. Honestly, I don't see the problem with dentists. Doctors, I do like putting them off because they're just there to tell you that you're either fat, not fat enough, or dying most of the time. If you go into a doctor, you're getting one of those three things listed on your on your way out. Sometimes more than one, and it's like, uh-oh. But dentist is just like, hey, yeah, you got some mess up teeth, I'll fix it, and they fix it, and it's great, and you get some fun sounds in your mouth and all around you. Apparently, some let you like listen to music, which I think is a horrible idea. I truly do think that's a horrible idea, because a lot of why, like, not like why I like the dentist, but like what I feel like dentist experience is and needs to be is you being at like alert and awake and there in the moment. So if they need you to say, if they say like open your mouth more, you can open your mouth more. If you need to turn, you can turn. Because if they have to do it, you're putting them in a really awkward, uncomfortable angle, which they might fuck something up. So they're like, hey, just turn, boom, easy, quick, and it's productive. And it makes sense. Apparently, they say you like just tap you on the shoulder and then you take out your music. But that's such like, first of all, it's time wasting, and then like anything could go wrong while you're like, if you move your hand a certain way, or your arm weird way, or you're trying to turn off the music or take the earbud out, it's like, oh yeah, oh shit, oh I knocked over everything, oh I'm being drilled in the chest, oh, it's like fucking. Obviously, I'm overplaying it, but it just seems like a hindrance and something that could be bad compared to just taking it and being there, so that way they can you just like be like, oh here you go, oh, and then you live your life. But I like the dentist. I think I've just come to say that. That's kind of the point of today. I like the dentist, especially because now I get glowing reviews. Obviously, my mouth is like not as good as it used to be, but hey, at least now it's on the up and up. There's no more holes they checked. There's no more anything. I got fillings where they need to be filled. My gums are going good. And so is life. So, yeah, I mean, my mouth's getting better by the day. Next up is, you know, making them straighter, I guess. But I don't really care about that. I gotta be honest. I really don't. And I don't know why. I understand why people do it. Like, it's like, I do to an extent. But also, like, I don't. It's like, what are you gonna do? You can fix it. But, I mean, like, if I started doing a program thing to fix it, I would continue it and I would see where it goes. But I'm not like even like with like especially like for like the cosmetic at the adhering and fixing. Like I don't care about teeth whitening. I don't want to do like the teeth whitening programs and stuff. At one point I did. I just don't now because it's like what who am I doing that for? What am I doing it for? It doesn't matter. I don't care. As long as my teeth are healthy, which they're saying they are. The white doesn't necessarily mean healthy. It just means white teeth. It just means you look good, I guess. But like, these pearly ivories uh are fine how they are. And I mean like they're not great, they're not the best. It's like a solid 7 out of 10 in my mouth right now. But I feel 11 out of 10 with them. And with that, everybody, I think we're going to leave it there for that. However, pause, actually. Unpause, I hope. Yes. You thought you thought you were gonna leave without getting a segment segue. Hold on, I gotta find it. I wasn't ready. This is live streaming. There. Bump. That's right, motherfucker. We are here talking 5-minute record holder. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on my phone right now. You guys aren't ready for this. Yeah, I'm bringing it back, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I have too many. I open the calculator every time I want to open the clock. Because I just have lots to say about a lot of music. I like music. I like absorbing music. I like trying my best to play it, whether it's someone else's or my own. And I just enjoy it. And I have a collection growing, and I want to talk about some of the stuff on my collection. And we're expanding. Lately, we've talked about vinyls. Today, we're here to talk about a CD that I own now, and I quite like it. It's the newest thing in my collection, and I'm pretty happy with it. It is the third installment of the Dan Avidan and the Super Guitar Bros acoustic covers albums. There's 3 of these, and we're gonna start the timer now. So this is the third installment. There are some others. I do have the second one. When I was there to like get the pre-orders for this and the second one. The first one I was not a music listener very much at the time. So and also I didn't find them yet, so I didn't get to pick up the first one. But the second and third ones I was here for, and I love them. And I love the second one so much. Instantly, I was listening and listening and listening. I love that shit so much, and this holds no exception. When this dropped, like on like streaming platforms, I listened to it almost exclusively for a good while, because as as I don't know how to word this. It's not like it's groundbreaking, insane, new stuff, but it's the stuff that I like a lot. The Super Guitar Bros kicking ass with their freaking acoustic playing. They're amazing at what they do. And then Dan Avidan, probably one of, if not my favorite, just voice out there right now. I love his singing. I think it's amazing. On some of these tracks, I don't think it holds up as well as like the originals, which is fair. You can't really beat the originals for most of the things. But you know, it is very nice. It is very, very nice. I love it a lot. Like my first listen, though, I wasn't all that excited. Mainly because I didn't really know many of the songs. The only ones I knew when I first got to the album coming out were "Separate Ways, Worlds Apart." That's like one of the most famous Journey songs, and "The Change." That's one of the most famous Fleetwood Mac songs. Everything else here was new to me, so I was like, but that's the same thing with the second one. The second one, I knew the Journey song, and I knew some other stuff, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this, and we're gonna see how it went. So there is 11 songs on here. Here's the track list, by the way. So it starts off with Bittersweet Symphony, which is such a great opening to an album. I love it. It really set the mood, and it was just really nice. And again, the way Dan sings the song is very, very nice. It's very good to the ears. He's very soothing, but also very, like, cuts into the soul, which then kind of like it doubles down on the cutting into the soul, and also the soothing, I would probably say. It goes into Canned Heat, which is just a dance bop, and the Super Guitar Bros do such a good job producing, like doing an acoustic version of the freaking of Canned Heat by Jamiroquai. Such a good song that I've listened to so many times. My favorite song on the album, and I've gone out of my way to listen to the original as well, and I listen to that pretty consistently. It's such a good song, and Dan does a great job singing it. They do a good job playing it. It's awesome. I love it. Burning for You is very, very good. I'm burning for you. I get that stuck in my head every other day, and I have to listen to the song just to get it out of my freaking ears. Several Ways Worlds Apart. I remember I was the first time I listened to this. I was at my sister's apartment. I was alone because they went out to do stuff, and I was waiting for my sister to get back. And I put that on, and I was just singing along and having a blast. I didn't vibe much. I thought it was not as good as Journey, but I don't necessarily think it's as good or as bad at this point. I think it's just a different experience that is equally awesome. And I love it. I love it to death. It's a very good cover. Teardrop was one of the songs that they released as like a teaser, which was very, very good. I hadn't heard it before. I think Massive Attack is the band. It's very, very nice. 10 Years Gone. I do think it's a little slow, but it picks up as it goes, and it is very nice. And I do like it a lot. Entre Nous is the Rush pick, because it's a Dan Avedon album. It's a Dan Avedon cover album. There's going to be a Rush pick in there. And Entre Nous is it. And it is very nice. I had heard the song before because I'd listened to Rush pretty much most of the discography. But I just didn't notice by the title. Armageddon, very, very good. What's Def Leppard? Is it Def Leppard? I'm gonna feel really stupid if it's not Def Leppard, but I think it's Def Leppard. The Carpet Crawlers is really good. I think that's Genesis. Watermelon, I don't know what the fuck that song is. I've tried to look for it. I literally can't, but I really do like it a lot. And The Chain, of course, really good song. It's all very good songs sung by a very good guy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 5 minutes on the dot. So, final words. I know I usually keep it to that, but I kind of got lost in a thought that I don't even know what it was. It's also not in here. It's currently in my CD player, so that's why it's empty. But it's just this is the record as the CD. So good, so good. Please listen to it. You will not disappoint yourself. If you had to listen to at least 3 tracks, I would probably say Canned Heat. Absolutely, you gotta listen. Even if you just go listen to Jamiroquai's version, it's so good. It's such a good song, but again, they do a great job with it. Um, Otherwise, I do think Separate Ways, Worlds Apart is probably it is a banger on here. But the Armageddon it is really, really good too. They do a really good job with Armageddon it. I just love all this. The first 4 songs are bangers. Like for me, personally, this is a personal hot take. The first 4 songs of an album make or break the album. Because by the 4th song, if I am not at least somewhat invested, I don't really listen in very much to whatever else is going on. I don't try to listen in too much more. If I clue out for a song, like the fifth or sixth or seventh song, I'm like, all right, whatever, it's gone. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. But as long as you catch me on those first four songs, I don't know why it's four. It's just kind of it's the thing. You get me, and they get me. This gets you. This definitely gets you. Those first four are really four bangers, and they're all bangers. I love this whole the weak point in my head is 10 Years Gone, but I know if I go listen to the 10 Years Gone, I'm going to be jamming along with it and having a blast. It's all good. It's all amazing, and I love it. I wish I could say more. I wish I had actually like planned this out because I would have more to say. Maybe I'll start doing that. If you guys want to hear me actually like do like proper reviews of stuff, let me know because I would totally do it. Maybe I'll just do it anyway. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is a great album, and thank you for listening to my spiel, and thank you for tuning into the Tate Night Talk Show, everybody. That marks the end of the episode, and I hope you had a great time listening. Hope you had a great time watching. Oh, I meant to have this on. But too late now, I guess. Sorry, boo. Almost knocked over everything. Yeah, so I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and tune in next time, or tune in tomorrow. We're gonna be doing finally going to play this. We're gonna get through this. I'm off tomorrow, so we're going to do it no matter what. I'm really excited for it, and if we have time, we'll do some other stuff too. Because honestly, it's been a while since I've done like a long stream. Like again, ever since like the end of Stardew Valley, I haven't really done anything more than like 2.5 hours tops. I want to go back to at least a 3-hour stream. It would be nice. Streams have been a little short lately, and I apologize there, but you know, it's what can you do? What can we do? You know, it's just it's how it is. And honestly, I am okay with it. I am okay with it, even though I secretly I hate it. But I want to do longer stuff. I want to do more stuff, and you'll be seeing some more stuff. So look forward to it. It's June 6th. Jesus Christ. Time is flying by, ain't it, guys? You guys have a great day. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye now, everybody. I always... Sorry, I know I said I was going to leave. I always wanted to do... I like this. This is just a thing that I've done for a while. Like even at least since 8th grade. I remember doing like the little like point salute nod thing. Every time I do it, I always want to say Cheery TV signing off, and I think that fits the thing. But I feel stupid saying it every time in my head, so I don't say it. And now I'm saying it this time. It's the first time we're using it, and it's gonna be the best time, and I'm gonna keep using it. Cheery TV signing off. Is that good? Is that good?